Hi, it's Olivia. Thank you for signing up for this mini video tutorial on the 5 biggest mistakes that I have seen people make over and over again in PR. You can find more information as well on additional PR courses that I am offering on oliviaomega.com. And we're going to jump right into it. I hope you have a pen and paper handy, that you've turned off all of your notifications, you've shut down Instagram and all of the other distractions. I also sent you a worksheet where you can follow along and start to make some notes on how you can stop making these mistakes, but then also flip and turn them around so that you can start winning and starting to get picked up by media outlets. As you know, I don't do PR anymore, but I get these questions all of the time from my past experience and my past life in PR and pitching the Ellen Show, USA Today, Today Show, Oprah Magazine, People Magazine, and on and on and on for both myself and my clients. So we're going to start with number 5, and this is, they're all very common, so I hate to say number 5 is like the most done mistake, but it's huge. I do it all the time. Number 5, overthinking it. It's really that simple. We think too much. We overthink. And then we rethink and we rethink and rethink until we've thought ourselves out of a good idea or out of pitching a certain media outlet. So I know you guys are all raising your hand. This is you, and if you're not raising your hand, you're lying. We overthink stuff and then we decide not to do it, or life takes over and we don't end up doing the pitch. And I will tell you that a lot of times when an opportunity comes up and it pops into our head, it's the perfect time to do it. And so pitching is all about timing. When in both times, in years and years ago when I pitched Ellen for myself and then also for a client, and then when I just repitched Ellen just recently for a client, it was all about timing. I had a light bulb come on as far as a relevant story, and I acted immediately. So when you delay, I feel like our intuition and God downloads on us all the time some really great stuff. So when we're laying in bed at 2 in the morning and we get this great idea and this great story on how to link our story or what we're doing, our product, our service, to something going on in current events or in the media or for a specific media outlet, it's timely, and it's usually that perfect timing when all of the stars align. The pitch is relevant, the media outlet is relevant, what people are talking about on social media ties directly to what you're doing, and then when we overthink and we delay, we could pitch a week too late or a month too late, or in my case, 9 months too late. Here's a great example of where I overthought and I still haven't pitched this idea. Do you guys remember at the beginning of this year when Rihanna launched her new album? Yes, some of you? Do you guys remember when she posted on Instagram a picture of herself wearing similar headphones and matching crown when she was launching her album? No? Well, here's a picture just to kind of refresh your memory. The reason you guys don't remember is because it was a year ago. This was in January. So I had this brilliant idea laying in bed at 2 in the morning when I saw that post in the picture with the headphones, thinking, I'm about to release a training around dance to the beat of your own brand. And it's a course. It talks about just my love for dance and how you can relate that to boosting your own brand. And I was about to go on tour, so I had to go to 4 cities to launch and talk about my book, all on the same topic. And I thought I could make my own Versace. They weren't Versace. I had to do my fact checking, get myself straight. Dolce & Gabbana, right? Headphones, matching crown, $9,000. Work, 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 work. So I got all the stuff. I bought my super cheap Big Lots $10 headphones, spray painted them gold, and I made these headphones, and they're awesome. And I created a tutorial on how to make your own, and it's going to tie that into my Dance to the Beat of Your Own Brand launch of this course. Well, I didn't get it done. I got the headphones done, obviously. I went on tour. I got busy. Life, kids, work, clients, life, husband, kids, work, life. And it is now it's 10 months later, and I still haven't launched that course. And if I do it now, which I will, you'll see it, and you'll see the tutorial on how to make your own and all that stuff. The relevancy is gone because I delayed, where that could have been huge for me back in January, February, when all of the rage was around these headphones and her new album. So you guys get really, really great ideas, and then we sit on them because we're afraid that it won't be received. We're all afraid of rejection, right? Especially when we put ourselves out there and we pitch media, a store, whatever that may be. And then life gets in the way and it just gets pushed by the back burner. So number 5, again, is that we overthink things. We don't act on our tuition, we don't act on our gut, and we don't act immediately. That's one of the biggest mistakes that I've seen personally all the time, Procrastination Nation, and that I see with myself, I see with my clients constantly. So don't do that anymore. Act on it. Give yourself like 2 days. Set a deadline. If you see something, and this is what happened with Ellen's show when I first saw it on TV, they were looking for Mother's Day products for their first Mother's Day show, and I jumped on it and started working on something immediately and got it in the mail within 2 to 3 days. So speed, timeliness, and knowing that when you get that gut intuition, a lot of times that's God kind of downloading on you saying, I've aligned stars for you, act, do it. Number 4, one of the biggest mistakes I see is that the pitch is not personalized. I have done this where I have created a canned email, and I have copied and pasted it and mass sent it out to 100 different editors and media contacts, and it's not personal. It's copied and pasted basically, and they know that because they get hundreds of them every day, so they see and they know that. And here's the worst. I have done this, oh my gosh, at least a couple times, where I've copied and pasted, and you've done this too. This is where I see we need confessionals. I need everyone raising their hands because you've done this. You copy and paste, you forget to change the name at the top. Oh, and then you hit send, and right as you hit send, you realize what you did, and there is no way to unplug the computer really fast or like cut the internet off or stop it from going out. I've done that. So I literally have pitched Parents Magazine to a specific editor, copied and pasted that and sent it to Parenting Magazine, and put the wrong name because I am mass sending out all of these pitches. It's much, much better to be personalized and to be precise than just spreading it all out there. I have to go here. Online dating. Online dating, it's like a mass pitch fest, and you're just, oh, it's bad. I've been there. So unpersonalized, right? But if you go out there and you say, I have a goal to get into these top 5, top 3 media outlets, these shows, or this magazine, or this blog, and then you pitch and you're so personalized with that pitch. Now, of course, there'll be sections, my call to action at the bottom, what to do, check me out, click this link, look at this video, whatever that may be. That may be a little bit cookie cutter. That's okay. But my first couple of sentences are never cookie cutter, ever. Literally, here's a great example. If you are pitching Huffington Post and they accept a lot of articles, they have very specific criteria to do that. Or if you're pitching an editor for Huffington Post, let's say, I will go back and I'll see what has that editor written about for the past several weeks or the past couple months. Do any of those articles are they relevant to me? Or are they relevant to my product? And I'll talk about that article in the first couple sentences and thank them for it and appreciate it, and talk about how it is relevant to what I'm doing or what I'm selling or my service. I'll talk about how it's relevant to their audience, and it's never copied and pasted. It's got to be personalized. This goes back to the whole notion of relevancy. And now I have to bend down because I dropped my notes and I don't remember what I'm supposed to talk about next. Number 3. What is number 3? A lot of people overlook the low-hanging fruit. And when I say low-hanging fruit, I mean what's at the bottom of the tree. So you can picture this apple tree. What's at the very bottom that you can just reach up and grab? That's really, really easy. An example of that is I'm in Denver, And there is a booming, amazing food scene here in Colorado, in Denver, in Boulder. So if you're in the food industry, if you're a restaurant or in food, packaged good, consumer packaged goods, organic food, etc., then there are specific publications local to Denver that only talk about restaurants and food. That's low-hanging fruit. They want to highlight what's going on in Denver, Colorado-based companies. So that's something that's low that you can easily pitch and reach out to, that I don't want to say shoe in, but yeah, you kind of have a really, really good chance to get into those smaller publications that are local to you or within your tiny, tiny niche. In the vegan niche, there are very specific smaller magazines, Vegan Magazine, Vegan Nation, some of those blogs, and especially if you look at vegetarianism and veganism here in Colorado. So narrow down and get some very, very specific smaller media outlets, and it does a couple things. Two things. It boosts your confidence. So when you reach at the bottom of the tree and you grab one of those, you're able to pick up media quickly. Feels good. It boosts your confidence to then hit the bigger guys. A lot of times we go straight for the Ellen shows, we go straight for these bigger people, and we don't reach at the bottom. We completely forget about our local news, our local newspaper. So don't overlook the smaller guys. Don't overlook things very specific in your tiny niche, in your geographical location. And two is extremely important. The biggest mistake, I said that about every single one of these, right? One of the biggest mistakes is that we're pitching and there's no relevancy there. And I've said this over and over, and kind of all 5 of these overlap to, is it relevant? Is it really meant to be? So again, the person who's like, I want to be on the Ellen DeGeneres show, I want to be in O Magazine, I want to be on USA Today, I want to do these things and hit these big media outlets. Is it relevant for what you're pitching? Is it relevant for them? So think about this. This goes back to that whole notion of not being too self-serving. A lot of times when we pitch media, it's all about us. Look at me. Hi, my name's Olivia. I do X, Y, and Z. I'm so great. Write about my company. Or, hi, my name's Olivia. I have this great product. It's amazing. You'll love it. Your audience will love it. Write about my product. You have to get into the mind of the editor. So think about, from the editor's perspective, you think about these magazines. What does the editor need and want for their audience? When you think about Ellen, why would she put you on her show? Why would she have your products on her show? So flip it around, get inside their head and pitch based on their needs, not your needs for them to pick you up. That's what we always do. So when we think about that, we start to become extremely relevant, or we're pitching those magazines, shows, newspapers, and blogs that are extremely relevant to what we do. We're serving them, right? So what can we give them that will help them? What can we give an editor? And this is what I always think about when I pitch an editor. What information can I give them that will make them appear to be a superstar to their boss? So if I'm pitching a show, and this was way back in the day, but pitching a show on baby brands, I would never just pitch, hi, my name's Olivia, write about my product. It's so cute and it's packaged like candy and blah, blah, blah. I would always say, there's this huge new trend in X, Y, and Z, and here are a couple brands that really fit in that trend. I happen to be one of them. Or I would say, Colorado is booming with baby products. Here's a list of the top 10 baby products that are Colorado-based. I happen to be one of them. So now I'm almost giving them an entire story. The editor doesn't have to do that much research, and now they have something kind of in the bag, and they feel smart when they present it to their boss. So try to serve them, and don't be so self-serving in your pitch. The last one that I see a lot of people do is they don't tell their story. So you're trying to do a pitch, you talk about the product and you say, oh, I'm a stay-at-home mom and I came up with this idea, and you go straight to the product or the service. And you don't talk about who you are. There's no emotion there. There's no why. When I left my job, it was because my son got really sick and I ran out of all my sick time. I ran out of vacation, and I was really torn in my heart of going back to work, and every time I went to work, he got sicker and in daycare and back on oxygen and all of these things. And I was torn, extremely torn on what to do for my family, and thought if I could make a business work and feel proud about that business, and I've killed two birds with one stone there. I get to that heart of that. So you don't have a long time, you don't want to write a book, but at the same time, get to that emotion, tell your story. Editors and people want to write about people. The product and the service is somewhat secondary. People want people's stories. Okay, the last thing I want to say, if you enjoyed those 5 tips, the 5 things not to do, you are going to really love the 10 things to do. So I am offering a class and you can sign up. Again, the links are somewhere to find out more about this class, and it is going to dive into specifically what I did and the steps I took to get those big media hits, those big outlets to pick up myself and my clients. I'm going to show you, yes, I'm going to show you the actual email I sent to the Ellen Show, the actual pitch letter I sent to them. I'm going to show you how I packaged it together. I'm going to show you even the pitch that I recently did to Ellen and some of the other things. So you'll have worksheets, you'll have the outlines that I followed, more tips, so not only the 5 things not to do, but 10 things that you must do when pitching and trying to get your products and services picked up by media outlets, and show you exactly, here's the emails I wrote so you guys can see how I did it, how I took the first couple sentences and made them personalized and add links and all of that good stuff. So click to get more information, and I hope you join me on that class.